Hello, hello. When you jump on, say hello in the chat. Hello. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Chantel.
Hi.
Hi. Hope everyone's good. How did everyone, hi, Sam. How did everyone love yesterday that was there? It's so good. It was so good, so good. We're just letting everybody in right now. So my name's Lynne MacDonald. For those of you that do not know me, I am Lynne MacDonald, and I'm going to host tonight. Tonight is going to be a kind of really short call. We thought it would be a great idea just to hear from a few of us that were there yesterday on what their main takeaways were, because I think it's brilliant when you do this after an event for those that were there and those that weren't there, because you do feel the energy of what went on yesterday, but it also cements a little bit more of what we all learned. And there was quite a number of things that we obviously, let me just read out what we covered yesterday, right? And I've been going on about yesterday. Obviously, I've been to lots and lots of events, but for some reason, yesterday, I actually want to say this because I really do feel it. For some reason, I felt that yesterday was possibly the best training day I've ever had in Beyond Beauty Club. And I think it was because of the content. And it was very much like, this is what we do. This is what we do for success. Yeah, quite a lot of you are saying the same. It was the best event, the best content. Yeah, it was very much non-BS. I'm not saying that we BS before in any other events, but it was very much like, this is what we do. This is the people that have done it that's successful. We're all in the trenches together doing it. Here's our systems, job done, let's go. I just absolutely loved it. I thought it was, I actually came home and said to some of the girls in my team that I actually think that that event is going to produce millionaires from it, because it was so, it was just a handbook to like build the biggest. Thank you, Amy. And you looked amazing yesterday, and I've seen all your photos. If you've seen Amy Gelassie's photos of herself at the event yesterday, she looks absolutely super freaking hot. That's, everybody will be like, note to self, I'll just go check out Amy's Instagram when they got off the call. No, but you did, you look gorgeous too. But yeah, it was like a handbook to build a business to whatever level you want. And I think when you looked at the leaders that were on, that had organised this and that were on the stage, like the experience between them all is super, super powerful. Like, that did not escape me. I was like looking at these girls thinking, whoa, like this leadership team is something else. And we're only really still getting started, really, right? So I just wanted to cover real quickly what we covered yesterday. So we covered the nutrition. We also covered how skincare blends really amazingly into nutrition. And it's not like we're totally changing everything we're doing. We're not. It's just, I thought when Emma and Rach described it as, it's like having your first baby, which was obviously skincare and will always be. And then it's like having your second baby. There's another member of the family. And I thought it was amazing the way that the girls trained on this yesterday, because you can continue with being skincare your main thing, or you can kind of like start talking more about the nutrition if you want, and it's totally up to you, but it blends really brilliantly. I love it. We also spoke about social media. I loved Kim and Carly's Sunday setup. Hi, Lisa. Sunday setup and the social media training. That's a system in itself, what Kim taught. I thought that was incredible. I loved the recruitment system that Amber taught as well. That was incredible. I love systems. Doing the do from Amy Gelassie, of course, like she's super consistent and always showing up. And every time you see Amy on social, she is speaking in her stories. And one of the things yesterday we spoke about was being visible to your audience in the stories as well. And then we obviously had the success panel, and there was lots of bits and pieces round about it. But if just by listing the main things, it's basically a handbook for success. And the biggest thing for me, my big takeaway before I introduce a few of the girls that are going to share some of their takeaways, is that my dinner there or something? I felt like I had, God, that's ridiculous. Anyway, my biggest takeaway from it was the systems. Like, I honestly think that my dinner systems are super, super sexy, right? Because it makes it so easy. It's easy to duplicate, and we've got everything in one place and we can just go do it. And the difference is you, because we're all individual, different, unique people. So when we show up in the socials, we're just ourselves. That's our like main thing, is how different we are. And we don't need to try and be different, because we all are different. But then we can all follow a really simple system to success, and we've got everything. A simple DMO, a simple social media strategy, a simple recruitment strategy. It could not be easier. I'm like more fired up, I think, than I've ever been. And it's not excitement. You know that crazy excitement you get from events where you come home and you're like bouncing off the ceiling and it's just mental and crazy. It's not that. I feel really certain, and I feel really kind of like, that's what we do. Let's go do it. Let's build an amazing, successful business. And that's for all of us as well. Yeah, lots of people are putting in the chat what they loved. I love all of this. Okay, so we've got a few of the girls that were there yesterday who are going to share some of their takeaways. I don't know what they're going to share in, but it's really always interesting to listen to what people take away, because the value that people get, sometimes at an event it's one thing you hear, sometimes it's one speaker, sometimes it's a conversation at lunchtime that totally changes the game for you. But I actually have never felt more than from yesterday's event to never miss an event. Like I was blown away, but in such a different way from yesterday's event. It was world class. And most of you all have heard, we're going to start having these Unleash the Power days every quarter. And the next one will be announced soon. But I think it's pretty much going to be the end of April-ish, but look out for that. Okay, so the first person who's going to share, who did an amazing job as well on stage yesterday, is Catherine Murray, who is on here. And we are going to spotlight you, or Rachel is.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, gorgeous girl. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fab. So what was your main takeaway from yesterday?
Oh God, there were so many, like exactly what you said. I came away from that event not hyper, but just like a sense of calmness. I sent the message to Emma today, and I said that the energy in that room for me was completely different than any other event that we've ever been at. And it was like everyone had this real sense of calmness and belief of like, we are about to blow, can I curse? Shit up in 2025. Like that people are literally, do you know what I mean? It's just going to be absolutely incredible. Like you said, we have all the tools, we've all the systems, everything is in place, and it's literally just got real. That was my takeaway. It was just the whole energy in the room. And I know it sounds really cliche, but you really just I can't properly put it into words unless you're actually sitting there. That's how I felt anyway.
Yeah, shit just got real. For those of you that were there yesterday, let us know like what you thought of Catherine getting up at the end and how she was speaking, because she never like raves about herself. She never thinks she's done like the most amazing, incredible job. And I think yesterday she inspired. Look at the comments, Catherine. I think she inspired so many mums, so many women yesterday. And she's really super hard on herself a lot of the time, because she's got super crazy high standards. But what she's achieved in this business, and to be able to transfer 10,000 euros to your children's education fund, is unflipping believable. Like, it's incredible. It's something to celebrate. It's something to shout about. It's something to aspire to. Incredible.
Do you know what though? Thanks for all the gorgeous comments in that. You're actually all making me blush, and now Lynn knows I'm going to get really, really emotional. But probably actually saying it out loud really probably made it hit home even more, if that made sense, because I really, as you say, I've never ever shared that before. So and it was kind of one of those like crazy goals that, you know, you write down and you go, wouldn't it be amazing if I could hit that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then when you actually do hit it, and like I said yesterday, and I'm sure there's loads of people even in the community, like we all set certain goals, and then we are hard on ourselves when we don't like hit them, or they don't go according to plan, or life happens. But then when, you know, you really do take a look back on last year as a whole, and not just, because me and you talk about this all the time, don't we? Like, you tend to do everything by month to month, but sometimes you need to reflect on it as a whole year. And Rachel touched upon starting the year as one person and as finishing as another. And I definitely do feel that the Catherine that started last year is definitely not the Catherine that ended off this year. But yeah, the sense of pride that I have felt and I'm feeling, to be able to go, yeah, you know what, that's tucked away now in their fund. You know, who knows? They might want to be road sweepers. They mightn't even want to even use it. But you're hey ho, it's there if they do want to use it and unlock it and do whatever they want to do. And so it just kind of really put more fire in my belly to be like, okay, we can 10x this. If I just do a little bit more, if I talk to a little bit more people, if I put in a little bit more effort, you know, we can 10x it, we can 3x it, we can double it, we can 4x it, whatever it needs to be. But it definitely did make me feel a sense of pride. Absolutely, 110%.
And we've all got a little bit more. Will I share the story of the hot yoga class?
Yeah, well, that really soccer punched me now, to be honest. And that, yeah, I would.
So I was sharing a story with Catherine last week about this girl that I heard doing a presentation years ago. And she was a dancer. And she was describing how one night she went to a hot yoga class. And she said she was a bit nervous about it because she'd never been to a hot yoga class. And she was a bit kind of like, will I be able to stay in the room? How hot does it get? Even though she was a great dancer, really super fit, she was just a little bit nervous. Anyway, she went in and she was doing all the moves. And she initially, she said she was kind of like, oh God, I don't even know if I can stay here for very long. She said, I'll just give myself 5 minutes. So she went in and she stayed for 5, then it became 10. And then they were all doing their positions in the room that the yoga instructor was telling them to get in. So she was in this position with her arms wide and she was kind of like had her legs wide and she was doing like a plie. So like her leg was bent and the instructor was going round the room. And you know the way that instructors go round the room and they kind of like lift your arms higher and they move your back a little bit and they just adjust you so that you're in like a better position or so that your form and posture is good. So that's what the instructor was doing. And then she got to this girl and she said to her, you could go down a little bit more. And Hetty had thought to herself, I'm at the lowest I can go in this play. Like this level that I'm at is the lowest. Like I feel like I'm going to, she says she was shaking. Her legs were shaking. And she said, I thought I'm going to fall over. But she says, you can go lower. So Hetty just like went a little bit lower. And then the instructor said to her, what were you saving it for? And what I took from that was, we've all got that bit more in us. And sometimes we think that we've done as much as we can or we've went as far as we can go. But mostly that's in our head. What were you saving it for? Like, what were you saving it for? That's always stuck in my head when I've always thought, oh, I can't go any further or I can't do any more for anything, not just business, like anything, right? What were you saving it for?
Yeah.
Like, amazing. So yeah, what are we saving it for, Catherine?
What are we saving it for? Exactly. But even for anyone else, it could be like 10 grand might seem, oh my gosh, like you know, that's a ridiculous figure. Like €1,000 saved by the end of the year is so impactful. 2,500 is like so impactful. Do you know, like some people might say 10 grand. Wow, like that's just ridiculous figure for me. But I think that's the whole idea is that you do genuinely need to connect with something that's going to, you know, make you want to do a little bit more, make you want to move mountains, make, you know, put that fire in your belly. So 100K, I'm coming for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, all these comments of all the women that told so many other people that story. And it all starts with, like, I think about things like, because of me, your kids got that. But because of Rachel said yes, I was here to share with you. Because Emma said yes, I was here. And this is everybody's story in our entire community. Because of you, Ari joined and she can be at home with, because of like Amy, Chloe and everybody, you know, and it's not like, oh, we're great and because of me you did. No, it's not. It's just we're all in this together and like everybody's stories is helping build everybody's business. Look at the amount of the girls that are saying, I shared your story today, I shared this with another mum, I told her that. It's just amazing. Can
I just say one more thing as well, because I know you've got other people to think, but one piece of advice I would give, and I always say this to the girls as well, is make sure that you're bringing your partner on the journey with you. So I remember having that conversation with Patrick and I said, wouldn't it be amazing if I can just like take that stress away from the income that's coming in? And we kind of laughed about it. And he said, yeah, it would be amazing. So to be able to turn around to him and say, by the way, you know, those nights that I was on the team huddle and the kids were screaming, or you had to do the extra football run, or, you know, the days that I needed you to pick up the slack because I'm flying to Birmingham, or all of those things, like it's just kind of a little bit of give and take. And, you know, when you can kind of say, listen, thanks for your support and thanks for your help. And, you know, because you were able to, you know, take the reins a little bit and give me a little bit of leeway. And I was able to, you know, run 10,000 different places or be on a team huddle at 8 and 9 and 10. This is the reward for us as a family. So, you know, it's definitely impactful no matter what you do as a family. And I'm a big believer in, you know, I'm just not on this journey. Like I couldn't do it unless everyone in the other room was behind me. Currently, I'm like, shh, don't talk, don't move, don't even move a muscle. So I'm a big believer in that as well. It has to be a team effort.
Nobody move a muscle in Catherine's house. I've just shouted up the stairs to Logan because Joe's away, and I've just shouted up to Logan when Emma was and Rachel were on the call. Stop shouting!
I even said to
I
Patrick, I
shouted at
said, don't
him.
even have to take a shower because that's going to make a noise.
I've got Logan's bath run so that once we're finished, he can go in it. I didn't want him to go in it whilst I was here because I like to hear him.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you so much, my
Thanks a
darling.
million.
Bye
Love
bye.
you all. Thanks for the comments.
Oh my gosh, she's a dream. So next up is Maria Moorhouse, the big energy that is Maria. She is coming on. Where are you, Maria? There she is.
I'm here. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? Oh
Good.
my God, honestly, thank you. That was a very good introduction. I feel very honored. Can I just say how amazing is Catherine? I absolutely have to second that. She is just incredible. And talk about energy. She's so infectious. She's always so like driven and happy. And I think this is the one thing and my biggest takeaway with this company. And I've only been here since last April. Yesterday was unreal, but it was a different level because it was just so, it was very energetic, but it was so welcoming. And I genuinely felt we were all one. And I know there was a lot of girls from different like companies, but I felt like we all belonged together.
Yeah.
And even though I might have met some of these girls once or even virtually, when we connected, they were like, oh my God, you feel like you got to know one another. So that for me was just so amazing. And I brought 3 girls with me yesterday, never been to an event, never been anything. And 2 of them like didn't really know a lot about Beyond Beauty. And they both said to me, they're not on the call actually. I think one teaches Pilates, the other one is etc. and the other one's working.
Yeah.
But they said to me, this community is so genuine. When we first arrived, we thought, is this false? Is it fake? But it's not. And that's what I just want to say. It's the community, it's the people. Obviously, I'm with you on the systems. I think the systems are so true. Like, that's my biggest takeaway because I'm like, shit, excuse my French. I need to really get those scripts in order to save time and become efficient.
Mm-hmm.
But it's us. We are the driver, us individually, and how we just want one another to win. And it's yeah, I just was blown away, and I just feel so grateful and honored. And one thing again, I know Catherine and you and Rachel touched about this subject, and I got really emotional yesterday. Surprise, surprise. Is the last time I went to this event and in the actual Unleash Our Power, I was a brand partner 1 and I had no team members, and I literally I didn't even think. It was all of a goal and a vision. And yesterday I was there, brand partner 3, and with like 7 members of my team, and I'm just like, oh my God,
my God. That's amazing. Do you know, I love the way that you got up when you were so excited and you were dancing when you were going up for your recognition. And I think, do you know what? I think it's important for all of us to think that we are the bee's knees when we got up. It's like, yeah, I did this. Check me out. Like, yeah. I don't think we do that enough as women. And I think that is a really safe place for all of us to just like, even I can't remember who it was, but somebody had, I don't know if it was Rachel or Carla that had introduced Emma at one point, because I know she was introduced then reintroduced, and that was like quite a few times. But when they said she was the first brand legend, and she was like had her arms in the air and she was burling around, I thought, yeah, you should be doing that. We should all be like thinking, yeah, get me, I did this. And this is a place that we can do that. And I think it's amazing. And I love all the comment you make. Some of the girls are saying things about like your energy and how beautiful you are, but also the fact that this is a community that's very, very different. And you're right, I felt the same yesterday. I felt like we were one big team, and I've been in another company where I haven't always thought or felt we were one big team. And I did feel that yesterday, and it's a really unique place to be, like really, really unique.
It is. I feel so grateful every single day. So yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome, darling. Thank you for sharing.
No problem.
Next up is Chantel, and I can see her there with your beautiful, gorgeous face. Chantel and I yesterday ended up, we've never spoken to each other. I don't think we'd actually met properly.
No.
Until yesterday, but you and I ended up doing our little activity together, which was sharing what is unique about us, and I loved it. I was so
Yeah, me
grateful
too.
you. So we had to share what's just unique about us, what's really great about us, what's brilliant, and I shared mine, and Chantel shared hers, and I loved it. I loved it. So, what was your takeaways from yesterday, Chantel?
So my main one yesterday was I actually come to the events on my own. I've not built a team just yet. I've been focusing more on my customers. So I don't have a team behave. I don't have a team under me to bring anybody with me. And it's quite nervous coming in a room full of everybody. Yeah. I've been to a few events, and every time I've come, I've met someone new. As soon as I walked in yesterday, 4 girls in particular was like Jess, Shell. I think 3 of them are called Shell or Michelle. So sorry if I've got your names wrong. And Sarah. They was like, "Are you on your own?" I was like, "Yeah." They was like, "Come sit with us." We spoke all day. We now follow each other on social media. It's called Beyond Beauty Club, but it should be called a family, because everybody's just so welcoming. Like, everyone's just lovely, compliments each other, is there for one another. Like, do you know, I speak to girls on social media, and like I said yesterday when I spoke, it's quite it's nerve-wracking, isn't it? It's overwhelming. But when you're welcomed not only into the group but as the whole community, it just hits different. And I just think, even though I've not seen as much progression as the other girl, I just wouldn't leave because of the family that I've built. And I know it might take me a little bit longer. Do you know, I'm not in it to make a quick fix. I'm in it for the long haul. And I think I wouldn't like to do it with anybody better. The bunch of girls, like the family. You girls are making me step out my comfort zone. When Rachel messaged me before and was like, "Do you want to speak?" I was like, "Rachel, I don't show myself. I don't post pictures of myself, even on business. I don't do face to camera. But here I am."
Here she is on the call tonight, and also you spoke at the event when you went. Didn't you speak at the event?
Yeah, I did when Amber asked one of the questions.
Yeah.
I put my hand up, and as I put my hand up, I thought, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Sit down, shut up, don't speak." But I did, and I just thought, I'm actually comfortable. I don't know how many girls was in the room, but I would never stand up in front of anybody and speak. And everybody was just like so happy. I looked around the room, and everyone's just like smiling, and I thought, I love it. I love the people. I love how we're treated here. Like, I've never done social selling before, so I don't know how clubs do it, but I do know that I would never leave Beyond Beauty. I love it. I love you all. I'm grateful for all the opportunities. But my biggest takeaway is definitely you guys.
Wow, you're so beautiful. Do you know, what you said there was one of the biggest things ever, when you said that you would never leave. And I honestly believe that people leave companies, but they never leave people.
Yeah, 100%. Like, people can go and find more money elsewhere, you know, leave people to do what they want. For me, I could have been offered 100 opportunities to join me or do this. No, I found my family. I found my home. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere, and I love you all. So thank you for all the opportunities and the events. I think next time, even when I do turn up on my own, I'm gonna have all that like new little friends. And I am really just, honestly, Lynn, I'm just so grateful. I'm nervous now on the call. I was running around before, and I was like, where do I set the laptop up? The background, the dogs are messing around. Like, what do I do? Can everyone be silent? And then now I just sitting speaking to you all, like, I just feel so comfy. It's weird. Like, I'm being comfortable being uncomfy, and you guys bring that out. And I think that's why the Beyond Beauty Club is just, it's different. It really is different. And I'm excited to be here. The club excites me. Everything excites me. But I feel looked after. And I think, sorry if I get your name wrong, but is it Ashley, the blonde girl? Like, who does, yeah, what a beautiful girl she is. When she got up, you could see it in her face. Even though she does really well, you could see how grateful she was. And I thought, that's what this club offers. It
She's
offers
gorgeous.
opportunities. Yeah, she's beautiful. She's a beautiful girl.
She's beautiful. She's gorgeous on the outside, but Ashley, I don't even know if she's on tonight. She might be working. She is way more beautiful on the inside. She is one of the most beautiful people I've ever met in my entire life, and it's lovely that you've noticed that.
Yeah, just everybody there. I just thought it's just how people are treated. I watched Maria got brand partner 3, and I was like, go Maria. Like, I just think everybody cheerleads everybody on, and it's amazing, and it's just so lovely. But I was, when I was speaking to you before about, oh, what's your main takeaway, at first I wrote loads of things down, the event, you know, everything, and I thought, you know what, no, it's the people. That's what makes it. It's the actual people. Like, if somebody else went and tried to set up Beyond Beauty and do what we do, they've not got you guys, so it's not going to be like this, is it? And that to me is my takeaway. And I think it's give me confidence now, even in time, if there's new events, I'm not bothered about coming on my own now, because I feel like I fit in. And I'm welcomed, and I think that's a big thing for people to come to an event and feel welcomed, loved. I love that.
Amen, sister. You need to go through the chat. I'm going to bring one last girl on because you need to go through this chat and read it. Chantel, you need to read what everybody's saying to you. You need to read all the comments. Like Victoria Holcroft is all over this chat with she you need to read all of these about you. So once I go to the next girl, please read them all, because Rachel screenshot, that's fine. Because you, oh my gosh, I have no words for you. I'm obsessed by you. I think I'll make you my new best friend.
Lynn, I'm here for it. I'm open. If anyone wants to be my friend, I'll be your friend.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm so glad I met you yesterday. Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, girls. Thank you so much.
I've got one last girl that I'm going to ask to come on, and I think she's going to be able to speak. She's literally just got back from working in the hospital all day. Emma Hardy, I know you've got on. Are you able to speak and share or not? Because she texted me to say she was going to be back in early. I don't know if she's going to be able to. Are you, Emma? Maybe not. If not, it's fine. She's not unmuted. So I'm guessing not. Oh, yes. She might still be in the car. No. Okay. All right. We'll just leave it unless you. Oh, there she is. Here she is.
I couldn't work out how to unmute myself. Like, my brain goes to mush after working all day. Yeah. So sorry. I've literally not prepared anything. Today has been mad, but I drove home and I managed to finish work really early compared to usual, which I'm dead chuffed about.
Can we just notice how amazing Emma's skin is, considering she's just worked in a hospital all day and just got home? Like,
yeah, it's not sweat.
Tell us what your takeaway was, other than the fact that you sat beside me all day.
Well, yeah, I think that was my highlight, really.
Yeah,
yesterday was amazing, and I've been to all of the events, and I think, apart from the very first one, but that was definitely my favorite one. I think there was such good information from everybody, and I love hearing from different people speaking. I think you can take away so much. But always, I think my biggest one is just being in the room, just like what Chantel was saying, with everybody else, because you can get a feel of the vibe, and it just makes you excited for what's to come. And I love the energy that everyone brings. It's such a nice feeling. And if you're ever, and it's easy sometimes to think, and I've never really felt it in this in Beyond Beauty, when you're doing social selling, you can think you're on your own, but you're never on your own, and there's always someone to go to. And I think it's so important when you go to these events, because you're you're in it together and you're all trying to push for something. And I've literally lost the trail of thought that I was on.
You were on the stage yesterday. Did you know you were going to go up on the stage? Hayley brought Emma up to the stage yesterday because Emma earned the Cortina trip, which is why all these amazing ladies in the chat are loving you so much, because we spent so much time with you in Italy, and you were sharing a little bit about how amazing it is to go on a trip. What did you say on stage again?
Oh, that it still feels so surreal. Like I still can't get over that I was there and I went there, but it was the best experience. Apart from my children, obviously I love my children, but like it was the best experience that I've ever had, and just being with everybody and getting to know everyone, and again this feeling of feeling like you belong somewhere and being welcome, and just like everybody absolutely has your back. And I love that, and I love that you can really like draw on other people's like strengths and just kind of collaborate together, right?
Yeah.
It was the best, and I absolutely, it's not going to be my last one, that's for sure. Like,
thank you for speaking. I know you're tired. I know you've worked full on all day. She's got a mega full-time manager job in a hospital, and she has 2 small children. She works crazy amount of hours, and she was able to build up enough of the points to get to the Cortina trip last December. So anything's possible with any of us, right? And I remember you sharing that when somebody said, how did you manage to do it? You said something about, I made a decision. I remember you saying to me, I'm going, no matter what. I don't know how the hell I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm getting it done.
I did. It was just like a switch. I was like, that is what I'm doing, and I am going there. And I did it, and I still don't know how I got there, but my mind and my mindset was, I am there. And again, it was this whole manifesting, and what you said, making it be like Delulu, like I was there, I'd pictured everything, and it was better than what I expected. It's better than what I pictured, but like just making that decision, and you absolutely can, when your mindset is in the right place, like you absolutely can achieve anything.
Yep, for sure. Thank you. You are a dream. I'm so grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for jumping on that. I feel like my heart feels full now. I'm like, oh, I love that. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. Thank you, everybody, for cheering everyone on in the chat, and just all of you amazing souls. I am so grateful that we're in this together. I'm grateful we started it all together, and like, wow, we've got so much more coming, don't we? So thank you for joining me. And next thing this week is Wednesday night, where we have every week, as you know now, we have in our official opportunity group a live from 2 of our ambassadors, and this week it's Emma Karen interviewing Carly Peace. So we definitely want to fill that group, tag people in it, let them listen to her story, and that's on Wednesday at 8 o'clock.
Can I quickly just say something? Sorry, just my 2 piece. I just want to shout out you, Lynn, as well, because to be a cheerleader for other women is just absolutely incredible. And you did such a beautiful segment yesterday. No, but you did such a beautiful segment yesterday representing Ariana on stage because she couldn't make it. And me and Emma discussed it afterwards, and you're just such an incredible person. Like, you represented her so beautifully. You really, highlighted. You didn't make it about you for 1 second. You cheerlead everybody, and we all do it so much. But tonight, you shouting out these ladies, and not once have you said anything about yourself. I just want to say that you are incredible as well, and I'm so proud of you. And you're amazing.
Thank you. I feel really emotional after tonight.
Me too.
I feel really like, oh my God. So thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. Yes. I think that's a huge thing for me, is the fact that one of the girls, Ariana, was supposed to be speaking yesterday and couldn't make it. She bought a brand new dress. She was at the train station, and all her trains were cancelled, and it was all just like she just couldn't get there. And I wanted to make sure when I filled her spot, it wasn't just about me talking about me, because she deserved her place. And I think that's a beautiful thing about our community. Like, it's not just me that does that. Look, all of us do that. And I think, can you imagine if we continue to grow that culture like that? How powerful that is going to be. It's just going to be off the scale amazing. So thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful rest of your night. I'm away to put my child in the bath and then go to bed also. Bye.